Ciao y'all, NaturallyKenya here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kenya. Yes, like the country. And I am an American girl living in Rome, Italy, documenting my experiences and sharing them with all of you. So, today's video is going to be on the cost of living in Rome, Italy. I always get this comment, well not always, but I get it frequently. If it's not from a DM on Instagram, which by the way, you can follow me on Instagram here, or a comment on one of my videos, or an email, I decided to put this video together for you guys to give you more insight on the finances of your move abroad. So I decided to make a concise but informative video about all of the costs of living in Rome from two different perspectives. So I personally came to Rome as a student first, so that will be one of the perspectives, and then as an expat slash professional slash freelancer as well in Rome, Italy. So basically a single person. First and foremost, before getting into all of the expenses, I would first like to define the exchange rate as of today, and that is €1 is equal to $1.18. But as I encouraged in my advice for moving abroad video, which if you haven't watched, I'll link it here and you guys can watch it after this one. Always check the history of the exchange rate, monitor the fluctuations over maybe the last 5 years so you can know what to expect before moving to Italy. So now that that's all out of the way, I am going to jump into the video. First, I'm going to analyze it from the student perspective, and then I will go ahead and let you guys know what the common shared expenses for both of those categories will be. So we're going to evaluate a few categories from rent, food, utilities, healthcare, public transportation, and I'll mention a bit about other expenses like the gym as well. Usually when you're a student, you're gonna be in a shared apartment with a few different roommates. And I say basically depending on the location and the facilities and the renovations in the building, the price could be between 300 to 500 euros per month. Now, if you are a professional or an expat or a freelancer, I'm pretty sure you want to get that real local cultural experience by living in Rome in the city center. So you can expect to pay for about a 1-bedroom apartment from 900 to 1,200 euros a month. If you would like to live outside of the city center, you can probably find a 1-bedroom apartment around 650 euros or maybe a bit more. But I decided to really highlight the experience in the city center because it is so nice. You guys have no idea. I think it's worth it if you can to stay in the city center to experience everything that Rome has to offer. In addition, as mentioned in my moving abroad video, you usually need about 2 to 3 months of rent as the deposit as well. So make sure you budget that in when you're looking for places to live. So moving on to food. So there are many marketplaces in Rome, but also you could just go to a generic grocery store or a supermarket. So from the student perspective, I would say that you cook a bit more at home and you go to the grocery store much more. So I budgeted about 160 to 200 euros a month. This also includes any personal items or maybe household supplies that you need as well. But if you're a professional, I would say that you could budget a bit more, maybe 250 to 300 euros a month. If you want to buy like that fresh steak or the fresh fish, I think it's nice to have a bit more luxury compared to the student budget for these items. So if you want to eat out at a restaurant, it will vary a lot depending on what you're trying to do. So for the student side of things, I would say if you go to a pizzeria, a traditional trattoria, it will be around 12 to 15 euros depending on what you choose on the menu, but it will be a plate of food and either a drink that's beer, wine, or a Coca-Cola. For the professional, I would say a meal at a mid-range restaurant would cost around 30 euros each. So for 3 courses, a starter, a main dish, and then a dessert. For a high-end restaurant, I would say you could spend around 50 to 80 euros, excluding beverages, so excluding the wonderful wine. But if you want to be super high-end, let's not forget that Italy is the place that you come to for delicious meals. And there are many bougie Michelin star restaurants in the city, and I decided to just highlight one of them to, you know, publicize the most luxurious experience you could probably have in Rome, and that would be at La Pergola. So La Pergola is a 3-star Michelin restaurant located Rome Cavalieri 5-star hotel, and it is one of the best restaurants in Italy in Rome, in the world. They have a large selection of starters, pasta, fish, meat, and desserts. The average price per dish is about 50 to 75 euros, and the average price of dessert is around 30 euros. But let's just say one day you want to go out and live life. The 7-course menu is 225 euros and the 10-course menu is 260 euros. But it's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I haven't gone myself, but it is on my list. I'm going to go eventually, just so you know what to expect from a super high-end Michelin-starred restaurant as well. So the place you'll find yourself a lot in Rome, or really anywhere in Italy, is the local bar. This is where you'll get your cafe, your espresso, or your cappuccino, or maybe you'll grab a beer or a glass of wine. So let's go through those prices. These costs will be the same for both students and professionals because unfortunately I don't think they're changing the price for students for espresso. You should expect to pay around €1.20 for an espresso or a cafe and €1.50 for a cappuccino. Let's say it's a thirsty Thursday, or maybe it's a night out, you're ready for happy hour. How much do those drinks cost? The beer will run you around €5, where the glass of wine will run you around 5 to 6. And the cocktail, this can really vary depending on if you're just grabbing it for like a quick aperitivo or if you're going to a proper nightclub. But because of Corona, the nightclubs are closed, but there still are cocktail bars that are open. You can expect to pay maybe 8 to potentially 15 euros depending on the cocktail. Another topic I wanted to include in the food section is the option of water delivery. Now, the tap water in Rome is completely safe, so you don't have to worry there. And there's also many fountains around Rome where you can fill up your water bottles, and that is completely free. And although those fountains are free, I am actually a germaphobe, and yes, you can fill up that water bottle, but I saw a guy taking a whole bath in the fountain after doing a number 2, washing his nether regions. So yeah, I don't touch those fountains. But have fun, y'all. Anyway, back on subject. At the supermarkets, you can get 1.5 liter water bottles, the big ones, for between maybe 30 to 70 cents. I personally get water delivery in glass, and the bottles range from like 75, is it centiliters? Yeah. 75 to 92 centiliters. Yeah, centiliters. And I ordered 4 cases with 12 bottles each, so that's 48 bottles total. And the price is usually around 27 euros, including the delivery fee. That's about 56 cents each, delivering the bottles to your house in glass, and it obviously depends on which type of water you would like. But I personally find it so worth it so that I do not have to carry those bottles around in the street. They're so heavy. The guys have all the crates, they roll it to your door, you pay, and they leave. Really simple. And I do this every 2 weeks. There are also food delivery services like Uber Eats, Glovo, Deliveroo, and Just Eat. But personally, I try to refrain from ordering food through these apps because I just feel like the prices are exactly the same. So shouldn't I just go to the restaurant? Plus they add a delivery fee. So I have the apps on my phone. I probably use it maybe once every 3 months or so, but it's not something that I do religiously. I really prefer to get cute, get dressed up, and go out. So let's move on to utilities. This is pretty much going to be the same across the student and the professional perspective, except the student will be splitting this obviously with the other people in the apartment. So the combined utilities for gas, electricity, heating, and I would say water as well, can vary between maybe 130 to 170 euros per month, depending on how many people are in your household, the size of your place, and obviously the month of the year. In the winter months, you're gonna be using more heat, so that's going to be affecting the bill price as well. For internet, you should expect to spend between 25 to 35 euros per month. And for your cell phone data plan, you should expect to spend 10 to 25 euros, depending on if you have unlimited calling or unlimited data or the company as well. So moving on to television. I decided to include television in the utilities category just because I feel like in a way they kind of go hand in hand with electricity. Not really, but kind of, yes, no. So there's a RAI license fee, and this is a tax put on top of the standard television that is available for everyone. And if you have a TV in your household, you are responsible for this tax, and mine particularly is built into the electricity bill. This has to be paid by everyone who owns a television, so essentially everyone in Italy. It is 90 euros per year, so 7 euros and 50 cents per month. In addition, you have the option of getting satellite TV like Sky. Sky is an Italian satellite television platform that is owned by Comcast. So if you're from the US, you're probably familiar with the Comcast group. Now, the price of this really depends on which packages you would like to include in your satellite TV, like cinema or sports. But generally, they always offer a promotion for your first year, so that would be around 35 to 40 euros per month. And then the following year is when they raise the prices, and you can expect to pay 55 to 65 plus euros a month, depending on the packages that you would like installed. So next we have healthcare. So the Italian healthcare system, people say, is rated as one of the best in the world, and Italian law recognizes the fundamental right of every person to have healthcare. Let's say it for the people in the back. Fundamental right. Just saying. So you have two options. You have public and private. For the public system, it is a regionally based national healthcare system, and that is called the Servizio Sanitario Nazionale, and it is funded by the public taxes and regulated by the Ministry of Health. Essentially, as a foreigner, you get the same treatment as the Italian citizens. It is universal coverage and free of charge. Within that system, you have to register with your Azienda Sanitaria Locale, ASL, which are the regional health units, and you have to hold a valid tessera sanitaria, which is the Italian health insurance card. With this card, you can choose your public primary care doctor, or what they call in Italian, medico di base, and you can get your free consultations, prescription refills, and referrals. But one thing to note is that the registration with this SSN, Servizio Sanitario Nazionale, is on a calendar year basis. So it is from January 1st through December 31st of every year. As a student, you get a discounted price, and it is 149 euros and 77 cents per year. But if you are a professional, it is 387 euros and 34 cents per year. So that's the public side of things. So let's talk private. So for the private facilities, you have a much faster access to the services than the public healthcare system, but prices really vary, and these can add up. It can be pretty expensive. You can expect a consultation with a private doctor to vary between 70 and about 180 euros. I remember when I first arrived in Italy, I wanted an appointment with a doctor very quickly. So I actually linked up with Doctors in Italy in Rome, and that's doctorsinitaly.com if I'm not mistaken. They actually have specialists inside their office, but it was definitely not cheap, and they actually put on their website that the prices can range between 80 to 200 euros for the consultation alone. But again, it really just depends on the doctor's specialization and their personal fee. So moving on, you want to have public transportation in your city, so how are you going to get around Rome? There are many different options for this pass. For example, one ticket costs €1.50, a monthly pass is 35 euros, and a yearly pass is actually 250 euros. So around 21 euros per month. If you want to take a taxi around the city, the meter will read between 3 to 5 euros depending on the time of day, and for every kilometer, it can be between €1.10 to €1.50, so every 0.62 miles. I did the conversions for you guys. There are also many other shared transportation means. Car2Go, which has recently become Share Now in Rome. And this is where you can rent the little smart cars for around 30 to 31 cents per minute. You can also have your own car to get around the city, but it also can be sometimes inconvenient and expensive. For example, 1 liter of gas is about €1.60. So a gallon would be about 6 euros. On top of the gas, you have the insurance, and this could really vary from 1,000 euros per year upwards to really just depends on your car, the year, and the state, and your driving history. So moving on to those other expenses, maybe you want to go to the gym. Personally, I have a gym membership, and I just feel like it is so overpriced for the amount of equipment that is in the gym. It's just, I'm so used to my 24-hour fitness with 50 treadmills, 50 stair climbers, 50 everything, just wow. But in Rome, usually the places are much smaller, the facilities are limited and or they're just small, guys. You can expect to pay between 40 and 70 euros per month. If you're a student, they usually have a reduced rate for the university facilities, but you would actually have to check with the university to see what they offer. So I decided to create a table for you guys of the absolute non-negotiables when you move to Rome. This includes the rent, the utilities, the food, and your phone, because I feel like phone is an essential fee now that you really need to survive. I calculated these values based on the average of the ranges that I mentioned throughout the video. So if you're a student, you can expect to pay in rent 400 euros, around 65 euros if you're one of 3 people in a shared apartment, 180 euros for food, and 15 euros for your phone is around 660 euros per month. This amounts to about 8,000 euros per year, or around $9,500. If you're a professional wanting to live in the city center or somewhere nearby, the rent will be 1,075 euros per month. The utilities will be around 200 euros. The food will be around 275 euros. And the phone would be the same as a student, 15 euros. So you can expect to spend around 1,600 euros per month, or around 19,000 euros per year. And those are based only on the essentials. You did not go to the gym, you did not go to the restaurant, you didn't go anywhere. So although people think that Rome might be cheaper, to me, these prices are not that cheap. It's not like living in Rome is $200 a month. So in closing, I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you have any other questions for me, leave them in the comments below. But I thought it was really worth it to make a video sitting down with you, telling you the average costs and fees you can expect on your move to Rome. If you haven't already, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Ciao, y'all.